Scott Carroll's thrown a couple of good games against the Twins, doesn't have any record to show for it. His ERA, however, 2.70 against him, and he's kept his sinker down. He's gotten the changeup over the plate when he's had to. He's frustrated these Twin hitters. Now, hopefully tonight he can throw equally well and get his first win against the Twins this year. It would be his 6th win of the year. As you can see, going head-to-head with the left-hander Logan Darnell, whose ERA is a bit inflated against our Sox. So hopefully a doubleheader sweep, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
The most live sports. Tonight's game's available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only Spanish-language sports radio station. So let's take a look at how Ron Gardenhire is going to line up his Twins for Game 2 of the doubleheader. It's going to be Schaefer, Dozier, and Mauer at the top, with Vargas, Plouffe, and Arcia in the middle, followed by Nunez, Parmelee, and Fryer behind the plate. Sox defense, and how they'll line up behind Scott Carroll. It's Taylor, Sierra, and Garcia in the outfield, with Leury, Garcia, Ramirez, Simeon, and Viciedo in the infield. Josh Phegley gets a nod behind the plate, and Scott Carroll goes to the hill in search of win number 6. His ERA just below 5, on for his 18th start. He's had a couple of good appearances against these Twins, a 2.70 ERA this year against them, but no decisions. The umpires for the second game: Eric Cooper behind the plate, Vic Carapazza at first, Larry Vanover at second, and Ben May is at third. And as Jordan Schaefer steps in, we're ready for Game 2, and I'm ready to throw it to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports. So happy you could join us for Game 2 of this 3-game set, Game 2 of this doubleheader. So here's Jordan Schaefer. And first pitch, strike. Schaefer comes in at 3:02. No homers. He's driven in 10. Twins coming in hitting at .252 as a club with a 4.60 ERA. And there's a line shot base hit into left field. So good speed aboard.
Schaefer 12 out of 13 in stolen bases.
And here's Brian Dozier, second baseman. Brian 0 for 4 in game 1. Hitting at .239 to go along with his 20 homers and 63 driven in. One and 0 the count. Dozier, good fastball hitter. There goes Schaefer. Throw. Got him.
That was a terrific tag by Marcus Semien, because he quickly went straight back, slapped it on Schaefer. And only the second time this year Schaefer has been gunned down. He gets a decent jump. Josh Phegley makes a good throw.
Josh has some great footwork right there.
But that tag on a ball that's on the third base side of second really helped make the play. And
well,
plus Marcus is blocking off the bag, and you know what, if you're going to go head first, you'll get that block bag occasionally.
Well, it was the tag that made the play. That's foul.
Yeah,
that tag was the whole. Feg did his job. Great footwork, perfect throw, and then Marcus let the ball come to him. Watch how Marcus right here has right there. He didn't go out too far and get it. He let it come in a little deep and then had to go to his right to get it. So the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball strike, says Eric Cooper.
And for the second time in as many games, the Twins get a base hit in the first inning, only to see the base runner in the first game was Joe Mauer with 2 outs get thrown out trying to steal. This time it's Schaefer.
Watch out. So Dozier, he can run too. He's 20 for 27 in stolen bases.
This looked like it was supposed to be a slider that backed up, didn't do much, just lost the grip of it. And so another base runner, as Hall of Famer Paul Molitor, assuming the duties of first base coach, has a chat with him.
Mauer 1 for 4 in game 1. 323 career hitter. Comes in hitting at .272, just 4 homers and just 46 knocked in. Takes a strike. Breaking ball down and in. This is the 18th time we have played these guys. In the first 17, they have a 1-game advantage. They lead at 9-8. Gap out there in right center. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. High and wide, 2-1.
61 degrees at game time. It seems a little chillier down on the field, and Scott Carroll in the first inning having some problems getting the feeling in his fingers, especially on the breaking ball. He's let a few slide off.
That's low, 3-1. Mauer last year, 324 hitter with 11 homers and 47 knocked in. Just a decent lead. So the base hit, Schaefer, he's thrown out trying to steal. The hit by a pitch, Dozier. Now the walk to Mauer. And that'll bring up Vargas. Kenneth Vargas hitting at .299 with 7 homers, 35 knocked in. And this young man you're looking at, just 23 years old, is strong. Very, very strong.
He's strong from both sides of the plate, especially devastating from the left side. He came into action today hitting .333 with 6 home runs from the left side. 6 of his 7. He took one over the scoreboard in right center field at Target Field, which is a pretty good trick.
Yeah, but it was the way it went over it.
A line drive rocket?
A line shot. Wasn't a towering fly ball. It was just a line drive. You could have hung out all the doors in Cook County on that thing. Got him to shove that one. Maybe a play. Coming back. And Marcus stays with it to make the catch. Lurie, check that. Marcus playing second base in this game. Lurie, good catch by Garcia.
What with the wind and just the normal way of things, the ball rotates back toward the field of play. There he stays with it. And a big out against a very dangerous hitter.
Yeah, so when you get a chance to make a play on those guys in foul ground, you got to make it.
No second chances for a guy with that kind of power.
So here's Trevor Plouffe at 247. 12 homers, 73 knocked in. Takes a breaking ball strike. Can't get that one. And the count 0-2. Trevor 0 for 3 in the first game. Another breaking ball, and he just did catch a piece of it.
That was in a perfect spot. And now, with a few pitches under his belt, 17 of them to be exact, he's getting a little better feeling on the curveball. Good job of just cueing it off the end of the bat and keeping the bat alive by Plouffe.
And another foul ball.
Oswaldo Arcia in the on-deck circle, the young man with huge power. And will grow into a pretty decent batting average, although not quite yet.
Yeah, he should be a real good hitter, real productive. Checks it up and the count 2-2.
Vic Carapazza says nope, he didn't swing. Another good pitch, same spot as 4 of the 6 in this at bat have been.
Two on, 2 out to 2-2. And it's full. If you missed that first game, it was just a Jim Dandy. Montana, 7 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 walks, 13 strikeouts, new career high. In fact, we had 17 strikeouts. Putnam had 2, as did Javi Guerrero. Payoff pitch, and they'll be off. And there's a base hit. Javi gets it in. So Dozier, hit by a pitch, will score, and it's 1-0.
74th run driven in by Plouffe. Got in a situation where he had to throw a strike, and this one right down the middle.
So here's Arcia hitting at .224, 16 homers, 48 knocked in. He was 1 for 3 in the opener.
Josh Phegley went through his set of signs just in case Plouffe decides to run. He doesn't run very much. 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts.
Breaking ball in the dirt. That evens accounted 1.
That ball moving well off the plate. A nice job by Phegley of making sure that the second run didn't score. And there's the hero of game 1, Jose Quintana. A career high in strikeouts. Took advantage of poor visibility, but he made great pitches.
Stacks it up, and he went. So 2-2. Either real hard high or slow low. Yanks that one foul. And a full count, so he has thrown a lot of pitches. Even if they don't get any more, this has been a good inning for him.
Well, ready to deliver number 28. And the disadvantage of going full is that you most likely will not have a force out at second. And there are some choppers in the infield where you can't make the play to first.
Payoff. That ball hit high and deep into center field. And the man with a bunch of power. It's a 3-run homer, and it is 4-0. The more pitches you see, the more dangerous you become. You go 3-2 on a lot of guys, throw a lot of pitches, probably going to get hurt.
17th home run. He's driven in 51. And you can see why Ron Gardner and the entire organization is so high on Arcia. He reached out, didn't get all of this one, didn't have to. He's only played in 91 games, and he's got 17 home runs.
Here's Nunez. He takes first pitch strike. Yuri throws him out. But the crooked number goes up on that board. We'll go to the bottom of the first, trailing 4-0.
With Semien, Ramirez, and Abreu at the top. Garcia, Viciedo, and Taylor in the middle. Then Sierra, Fegley, and Leury Garcia rounding it out. The defense and how they'll line up behind Logan Darnell. Parmalee, Schaefer, and Arcia in the outfield with Plouffe, Nunez, Dozier, and Vargas in the infield. Eric Fryer behind the plate in Game 2. And Logan Darnell on for his fourth start. ERA way up there, 8.64. Given up 16 earned runs in 16 2/3 innings, and he's got a 4 spot for a lead before he throws a pitch.
25-year-old out of Jolton, Tennessee. First pitch to Marcus. Before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. High pop up. Dozier now.
He dropped it.
And he drops it.
That should be the second baseman's ball all the way. Vargas drifted back, seemingly in position. Much easier play for a second baseman, and it goes as E4 for Dozier. That for him is his 14th error of the year.
Now Vargas got to get out of the way.
Absolutely.
He's just got to peel out of there. So make it hurt, Marcus. That's low. 2-1. Marcus, pinch hit, RBI double, big hit in that first game in the 8th inning. Here's a shot. That's fair. And in that pinch hit double in the 8th inning, that was within about 2 feet of being a 3-run homer, high off that left center field wall. Meanwhile, he picks up his 8th double.
Taking advantage of a gift rest of the at bat, and Marcus takes it down the line and into the corner.
I think that's right. That was a double he had in the game one, so that's his 9th two-bagger. Alexei 0-1 to count. Alexei comes in at 272, 15 homers, 67 driven in. And there's not a shortstop in this league, maybe in the National League, but I doubt it, who's thrown as much leather this year as Alexei. And that is going foul. One hop into the seats.
I think the only other guy would be Andrelton Simmons. But I think that Alexei has surpassed him this year. Overall defense, with everything he brings to the table.
Well, he's leading by a wide margin in out of zone plays. By, I think, something like 34, which is unreal.
Well, he has just phenomenal range. And very accurate. After he does a spin, a slide, he comes up, gets it right there.
Oh, and 2 the count. Out and around that one, hooks it down past Joe McEwen. Nice stop by Breyer. Count evens at 2. And that's fair, right down the line. Plouffe, low throw, but big man Vargas gets out there to get it. 1 down. So with 1 out, let's check out our picks to click. Jim Angio, our director of the crew. Well, they went with Fegley. Steve's going with Moises Sierra and J.J. Shearer and all the great folks at Ditka's. And also my grandson, Hankus. We're going to go with Marcus Simeon. Abreu. He was 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles. He now has 35 doubles, 2 triples, 33 homers, and 99 driven in.
Sitting on 99 for a while, this is a golden opportunity to hit the century mark with a base hit.
Way out in front of that changeup. Tries to nail the inside corner with that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
They're shading Abreu just a step toward right center. But Dozier playing him up the middle, and he's charged with keeping Semien close. All-time White Sox rookie RBI leader, Smeet Jolly, Zeke Ventura, Ron Kittle in '83, and Jose Abreu knocking at the door.
One out and the 2-2 pitch. You've got pretty good motion on it, change.
And he kept it in the perfect spot. Jose did a good job of staying alive because he was fooled, as you would expect, not seeing many of those changeups from this particular guy. And that about 10-mile-an-hour difference between his best fastball at 92, that straight change at 82, and that's pretty good disparity between the two pitches to get the hitter off balance and don't let him regroup with a real slow straight change.
So full count. Yeah, I guess from what we've seen over the years, anywhere from 9 to 12 miles an hour difference.
With the same motion, same release point, and same arm velocity, and you got yourself a good one.
There it was, curveball, slow. And there's ball 4, and that'll bring up Bonte. Avi comes in. Hitting at 248. 4 homers, 19 knocked in.
In 17 innings, Darnell's given up 3 home runs, which is a pretty high total.
And that changeup misses low. Darnell out of the University of Kentucky. Big swing, University of Kentucky, of course. My good buddy, Get Down Jack Walters out of Pikeville. Get Down Walters. That's because every time he hits a golf ball, he says, "Get down." And he can hit it 9 miles, I'll tell you.
Can he hit it straight?
Occasionally. And the count moves to 1-2. He's fun to play with, though, I'll tell you that. Getting 7 irons, 240.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah.
Those last 2 pitches from Darnell were good. Late movement, kept him down, kept him away from Avi.
Just got a piece of it. Ivy a big hit the other night. Big 2-run single. Fire getting his workout already here.
He had to go through Garcia to get to that ball.
That ball hit high and deep, way back. He just looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah. Yeah. One swing of the bat, and now it is a 4-3 ball game. Oh, Lord.
One too many straight changes, and that one, instead of being down and away, was right over the middle of the plate. It was thigh high. And we told you his propensity for giving up the long ball. That's the 4th he's given up in 17 innings. Watch the change. It's right there, splits the plate, almost sitting there on a tee. And the big young man makes it a very costly mistake.
And that's lined right at him in center field. It pulls up.
He couldn't read that ball because he had a chance to make the play.
Sometimes you just can't pick it up. He's a pretty good outfielder. Supposed to be, what we heard. I haven't seen him play that much. But you're right. That one right there was very playable with a good read. Of course, with that home run by Avi, the Alex Nellius family and White Sox Charities hook up once again in loving memory of Ursula. Michael Taylor out of Apopka, Florida, a blue darter. Watch out. Just did get back in time.
Pretty good move to first. Obviously, Tank hasn't seen a whole lot of it and just missed getting picked off.
Fire looking over in that dugout. Still looking over in that dugout.
And now they might appeal that play at first base. We'll see if it'll be a challenge or an umpire's review.
It was close. And Terry Steinbeck says, get back in the dugout.
So Gardy took the walk, had the conversation, and then leisurely strolls back into the dugout. He fooled him, but he didn't get the tag there in time.
Big hack. 2-1. And there's a base hit. So Tank's going to make the turn. And he will go into third. Runners at the corners and one out.
All right, going to the mound once again. And it's time for a talk from Rick Anderson. This ball bounced to the right side, but With Dozier playing up the middle, there's nobody home on that right side. Garcia with a very good read. Easily into third. So Anderson has had his say. Now let's see if the Sox hitters have theirs.
There's Moises. Looks the runner back, now on the move, throws over to first. And 2 out.
Garcia actually did that pretty well. Realizing that Plouffe was going to have to come in, he came down the line right with Plouffe. And if Trevor doesn't look him back, he's probably going to score. You see how far he is, but he does. Freeze him, throw it across. But it moves runners second to third.
And here's Fegley. Josh looking for his first hit. What a nice time to get it.
That ball in the dirt almost got by. Darnell does not have a wild pitch this year.
Josh 0 for 7. .23 homers down at Charlotte. Count evens at 1.
This pitch number 32. So we saw a lot of pitches from Scott Carroll and even more pitches out of Darnell.
Change up high and wide. Finals today. Toronto beat Tampa Bay 6-3 up at the Rogers Center. R.A. Dickey 13-12. Yankees beat Baltimore 3-2 at Camden Yards. That's out of play right side. Texas beat the Braves 3-2 down at Arlington. And later on, big game, Oakland at Seattle as Sonny Gray against Felix Hernandez.
Cleveland jumped out to a 2-0 lead over Detroit. Only to see Detroit come back and tie it heading into the top of the fourth in Detroit.
Well, you get the feeling right now Detroit's got a little mo going for them against Cleveland.
They got some history to fall back on in that they have always closed the show well. They feel that they're going to do it again this year, regardless of what the schedule looks like or who stands in their way.
They've done it against Kansas City, I should say, the last 2 years. So now they got Cleveland to do it with. Got him. Pretty good pitch, but we put a crooked number up there. They score 4 in the top. We score 3 in the bottom, and we'll go to the second trailing by 1.
By Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide agent, serving the area for over 36 years. To join the nation, visit jeffvuk.com because Nationwide is on your side.
Here's Chris Parmelee. Takes first pitch strike from Scott Carroll. Finale tomorrow afternoon of this series and this homestand. Hector Noesi against Trevor May, a couple of right-handers. And it's off to Kansas City for 3, then an off day on Thursday. Tampa Bay for 3, and then finish it up with 3 in Detroit. And the Sox, well, 10 of our final 16 games are against Kansas City. We have 7 left against Kansas City and 3 against the Tigers. So we can have a definite impact on the Central race. Good rip by Parmelee. He pinch hit in the first game, doubled in the left center field. Flips that one into the seats. So the count hangs at 2-2. High in the center field. That is a can of corn for Moises. And you can grab your costumes and bring your friends and family to the ballpark for Countdown to Halloween on Saturday, September 27th. Sox are offering an exclusive ticket package, which includes a game ticket and a glow-in-the-dark White Sox trick-or-treat bag. So to purchase your tickets, visit whitesox.com/boo. Here's Eric Farner, the catcher, hitting at 209 with a homer, and he's knocked in 3. Breaking ball strike. Farner, 28 years old. I think that's 29. 29 and 29 in August. Out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Played at Ohio State. Ohio State had a fairly easy time of it today.
Yeah, fortunately. Battling golden flashes. The bastion of academia. I think they lost 66-0.
Where's Gene Michael when you need him?
What would stick? You think he'd be a good running back now? I don't think he'd be a good linebacker. They needed a little defense, the boys did. But didn't get much of it.
There's a base hit. In the gap. So Moises, that gun of his, gets it. Boy, we got 2 guns out there. One in center. One in right. So the 1-out double.
Fire gets one on the outer third, but it's up. and hits it in the gap. Moises with a pretty good job of getting to it on the slide and making sure he doesn't go to third base.
Back to the top of the order is Jordan Schaefer. Singled sharply in the left field leading off the ball game, then was caught trying to steal. Change up strike. La Tech, Virginia Tech, who beat Ohio State last week, got beat by East Carolina today.
East Carolina's pretty tough.
They're always pretty tough. That's up high.
At one point, Jordan Schaefer was the #1 prospect in the Braves minor league system. And unfortunately, for the Braves and for Schaefer, it didn't work out.
Another changeup, another strike. And a slicing foul. Thank you very much. Tops that breaking ball foul. And that's foul. Broke his bat. Got that one right off the end.
Started out 60 degrees at game time. It's probably going to drop into the mid 40s for this one ends.
And once again, the 2-2 pitch. Nope. Full count. With Dozier on deck. Be the 51st pitch. Inning in the third. Second walk. They had 5 base runners in the first inning. 4 of them scored. Here in the second inning, they've have 2. Dozier was hit by a pitch and scored. Good breaking ball. Right on the outside edge of the outside corner.
If you keep the ball around the plate, Eric Cooper is a great pitcher's umpire. He will give you a little something, especially away.
Hit him on the fist, pops him up. Begley makes the catch. 2 down. That'll bring up Mauer.
In the first game, Jose Quintana left only 6 outs to cover, covered by Putnam and Garrett. So fairly fresh pen. Doesn't appear that Carroll's going to go deep into this one, not with this kind of pitch count.
Well, Angel Hernandez really had a good game in the first game. We had 17 strikeouts and only 3 of them called.
The visibility was such that if you got it near, especially spinning, guys just didn't pick up the break.
That's pretty significant number. There are 17 strikeouts, 14 of them either swinging or check swing. If you miss that game, one point, Quintana struck out 6 in a row. And through 5 innings, there were 21 strikeouts.
Yes. Love those 3-10 games.
There he is, 5th ranked most effective left-hander in Major League Baseball. Kershaw, Chris Sale. Yes, he did. John Lester, Brian Price, and Jose Quintana. David Price. All right, he's going to get out of it. And that'll retire the side. We're at the bottom of the second, trailing by 1.
And let's take a look at some hardware. There they are. Easy to count. There's 6 of them.
Leury, first ball hunting, hits it down to Hopper. And 1 out. So that'll bring up Marcus. He started off that 3-run first for us with a double. And that's in the center field. That's a can of corn for Jordan Schaefer. And join our Sox as we honor retiring Captain Paul Konerko throughout September with tributes and special giveaways. Join Club Konerko, a special outfield section, to receive an exclusive Paul Konerko collectible. And don't miss Paul Konerko Day on September 27th. So for tickets and information, visit whitesox.com/Konerko. We certainly will. We certainly will. It's hard for me to imagine him not being in a Sox uniform next year. But it is what it is. Alexei. Takes ball 2, 2-0. In my 55 years, I've seen a few come and go. Some of them, like Paulie, very, very special. 3-0 to Alexei. There's one. And 2.
There's an example of a little bit wider plate that Eric Cooper has always employed. He's going to stay that way for both teams.
Yanks that one foul. Nice pitch on a changeup off the end of the bat out to left field. So he has a 1-2-3 inning, and we're into the 3rd. You're just tuning in. Minnesota with 4 in the first. Our guys 3 in the first. So here leading off the third, Kenneth Farkas. Switch hitting first baseman. Very powerful young man. Takes ball 1. He fouled out to Leury Garcia. Playing third base. And the count 1-1. Make your plans to be with us tomorrow, finale of this homestand, because we leave after the game, going a 9-game, 10-day road trip. Come back and only 4 games left here at home. 4 with Kansas City. And of course, 27th, Paul Konerko Day. Two-two pitch. Boy, he's showing every hitter a lot of pitches. You do that, good chance you're going to get hit hard.
He's also working a lot more slowly this evening than he has in previous starts.
Well, his last start, he just got it and threw it. Got it and threw it. Got it and threw it.
And had a great rhythm and threw the ball very well.
And he threw the ball extremely well. Off the end of the bat, popped up. Now he's there. So that'll bring up Trevor Plouffe, who singled and knocked in a run and scored. Knocked in his 74th run. This guy knew how good he could be. He had knocking 74, 75 on accident. He could really be a big producer.
Well, he scalds a fastball, and that's for the most part what you're looking for.
Well, you're not going to find a big producer that can't cover the fastball. Every big producer can cover the fastball. Now, are you going to look bad at times? Sure. Because if you're covering the fastball, and the guy's got some good off-speed stuff, he's going to make you look silly. But you got to be willing to accept that. So he's in that potential, could be 280, 30, 35 homers, 100, 110 RBIs. High in the center field. Moises. 2 down. And here's a man who hit a 3-run homer in the first inning.
He didn't even catch this one on the sweet spot of the bat. That was toward the end of the bat, and still he had plenty to get it out. At that time it was 4-0.
Well, Gardy said he could hit it as far as anybody.
He showed it in his ballpark to us.
Last time they were in here.
Almost on the concourse in right field.
And the shift's going to get him. So nice. 1, 2, 3. A lot of pitches, though. And we go to the bottom of the third. It is 4-3 Twinkies. Abreu pops him up right side. Vargas. Abreu walked and scored his first trip, now 0 for 1. And that'll bring up Avi Sayil.
And our fourth drive of the game came early. A changeup right down the middle, thigh high, and gone. Made it a one-run game, and that's exactly where we stand now.
So he is so strong, he just one-armed that thing out of here.
5th home run. He's now driven in 22. And this is all bonus time as far as his playing is concerned, because he wasn't supposed to be here, and he rehabbed. Medical staff, the doctors, everybody got him back. He wanted to play, and he's going to get 6 weeks of swings in a year that was supposed to be almost entirely lost.
Well, that's the thing that we were all in agreement with when it happened. That we were all just absolutely crushed that he was going to miss 5 or 550 at bats.
Yeah, because he's such a young but talented hitter. You miss those at bats, it's just a big setback.
So he's going to get close to 160, 170 now. That's just bonus time right there. Well, when you're 23 years old and you get injured, you have a tendency to come back a little quicker.
Say than a 33-year-old?
Or a 43-year-old. Or a 53-year-old. Or a 73-year-old.
You can stop there. That's good. Yeah, those week-long injuries now take a month.
There's a strike at 89. So 2-2. Yeah, it's got a piece of it. And there's ball 4. So the 1-out walk. Second walk issued by Darnell. And here comes Tank. Tank hit just a bullet into center field, and Gordon Schaefer didn't read real well. For a single.
Tank wanted the appeal to Vic Carapazza. The only problem was Eric Cooper had already called it a strike.
One and one to count. 4-4-1 for them. 3-4 and 0 for us. Here in the third inning. Sox won the opener 5-1. Quintana the winner. Hughes, who pitched well, took the loss. Both set career highs, or Quintana set a career high in strikeouts with 13. Hughes set a season high for him with 11.
We talked about Hughes's strikeout to walk ratio coming in 11-1.
Well, to me, he's got some of the best mound presence in the league.
That's exactly what happened today. He was at 11-1.
He goes out there. he didn't have this kind of mound presence the last couple of times that I saw him with the Yankees. He goes out there now like he's going, here it is, boys, see what you can do with it.
And the Twins are ecstatic because they signed him to a 3-year free agent contract. A guy who once went 18-8 with the Yankees not too long ago.
So he gets it. 2 down. And they'll bring in Michael Taylor, who chopped a single right side. And pitchers who don't think that means a lot, got another thing coming. There's a vibe that goes on between the hitter and the pitcher. And that vibe, it boils down to who has a sense of control. And you face some guys out there, they give you the impression, hey, get your behind in there, see what you can do.
Well, after a good sample size, the guys who hit you, you know, and they know. And you've got to try to reverse that somehow and have the same mindset as you do against the guys that you completely handcuff, because they also know that they don't hit you. You know they don't hit you, and you go in with supreme confidence. But the pitchers who are good and the pitchers who are going to be great have that feeling. About 95% of the hitters, they feel that they're going to get them out. Then they have to deal with the 5% that they know they're going to have trouble with.
Yeah, but they're willing to think, they understand that. And they're willing to deal with it.
Right.
A lot of guys can't deal with it. It's like a lot of hitters can't deal with going 0 for 4 against a terrific pitcher. They can't deal with striking out 3 or 4 times against a. You got to learn how to deal with that, buddy, because this is the big leagues. There's a chopper, another base hit by Michael. So Javi now is going to be held at third.
With the runner going, the vacated right side is very comfortable for Michael Taylor. You see Dozier going over to cover the bag, thinking that because of the off-speed pitch, Taylor's going to pull it. That's the reason why Nunez at shortstop wasn't covering. If he was, that would have been right at Dozier.
So here is Sierra with runners at the corners and 2 down. He grounded out softly to Trevor Plouffe at third. Yeah, when you're playing the 7th game of the World Series and you're hitting cleanup and you're supposed to be doing some damage, and you go 0 for 4 and you lose that game by a couple runs. Did I feel bad?
I was going to say, you're speaking from experience.
Yeah. Did I feel bad? For the team, sure I did. Did I feel bad for me? No, because the guy who put me 0 for 4 was a better pitcher than I was hitter, and that was Bob Gibson.
Well, those great ones, you just don't get too many pitches to hit, and if you do get one, you better hit it, because you're probably not going to get another.
In 4 at-bats, I'll tell you what, I have I've relived this thing you don't know how many times. 7th game of the World Series, okay? In 4 at-bats, I got 2 pitches to hit. I swung and missed one, and I fouled the other off. So at least I had 2 pops to be dangerous against it. As he gets him, so we have a chance, can't do anything with it. We strand a pair, we've left 4, and we trail it by 1.
click on the Game Zone banner for updated stats and information. The Game Zone is powered by St. Xavier University. It's tradition and innovation, and this is where they meet.
Top of the fourth inning and a 4-3 Minnesota lead. All runs coming in the first inning if you're just tuning in. It'll be Nunez, Parmalee, and Fryer. There's our Scott Carroll. One hopper. Leary.
That's 6 in a row retired by Carroll, who's making a big bounce back. He had some problems. Got 2 big outs to get out of the second inning, and now making some good pitches.
Well, the first inning, he went against what he's been doing the last couple of starts when he was really outstanding, getting it and throwing it. First inning, it looked like he didn't want to throw it. It looks like he wanted to run it up there.
Even on a night when you've got bad stuff in your own estimation, and the hitters will tell you if the stuff is good or bad, but if you've got bad stuff, you still have to convey to them. Stuff might not be good, but it's good enough to get you. And you convey it by going right at them aggressively. If you get tentative, they sense that. Hitters just sense that. And then you're theirs. That's not a good feeling.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. Parmalee went out to Sierra in center field. Yeah, they can sense it. It's like shark smelling blood. Big hack. If you're ever going to have a hitting school, there'll be a sign that you should have a sign when your pupils walk through the door. It's like the sign they have at Notre Dame when they leave the door to go out on the field. Play like a champion today. This sign should say, as these pupils walk into a hitting school, you've got to have a sense of control. You've got to have a sense of control. If you can't get that against Major League pitching, they will eat you alive. And you got to find out yourself, because it's like a finger. You got to find out how to gain that sense of control.
Tough to do for the very young guys coming in. It's tough to do.
You can't expect them to.
No.
You can't expect them to.
But that's where a pitching coach comes in, because every good pitching coach is part mechanic, but it's getting smaller as we move along. He is part psychologist. He is part father confessor. So you wrap all those three up, you got Don Cooper and some of the other great pitching coaches around. But if you're not a good psychologist, you're not going to be a real good pitching coach.
Well, if you watch Coop in spring training, I love watching him in spring training because he does exactly, in my opinion, yes, he gone. 2 down. He does exactly what I espouse to hitters. Is you got to let your thoughts dictate your mechanics, not your mechanics dictate your thoughts. And what he will do, he will give these pitchers, when he's working with them, scenarios. He'll say, okay, here's Teixeira at the plate. All right, got a man on second base, nobody out. Here's Jeter at the plate. He gives them situations. Now I want you to hit the inside corner here, and if you miss down and in. And that way, all of a sudden, now they stay on top. If they're a sinker baller, they stay on top. They don't have to think about getting up here.
I think the most difficult thing for any pitcher, young pitcher especially, is practicing how to throw pitches out of the strike zone.
Yeah.
Because you're taught to hit the strike zone your entire career. Practicing the pitches out of the zone, which is essential if you're going to be really successful, is something that a lot of pitchers don't really understand or master. When to go there out of the zone, how to do it. That's where I think one of the places Don shines. And every good pitching coach is very similar to that.
Fryer doubled into right center field. So he puts it on him. Well, that is the last 8 retired by Scott Carroll, but we trail it 4-3. One for them, 3-5-0. For us, it'll be Fegley, Garcia, then back to the top of the order with Marcus Simeon. Fegley struck out his first trip. You know, we were talking about that sense of control. And I've never met the guy. I don't want to meet him, as a matter of fact. But I'll tell you one thing. The guy was, even before, was a great player, and that was Barry Bonds. Okay. As Josh hits one hopper. First pitch, so 1 pitch, 1 out. When Scott Sanderson was with us, and he had played with the Giants, and we were talking about Bonds on the bus going to the ballpark one day. And he said, I asked him about Bonds. I said, tell me a little something about Bonds. I said, I've never met him, never talked to him. He said, well, he really was unbelievable. He said, I'll give you an example. Well, I asked him, I said, well, give me an example. He said, okay, I'll give you an example. He said, we're going down to play Atlanta. Got a 3-game series. They got Smoltz going first game, Lavin. And then
Maddox or Avery?
Maddox. He said, we're going to the ballpark, and I'm sitting by him, and Smoltz is going in. I said, what you going to do against Smoltz tonight? He said, oh, I'll get a couple off him. He said, well, Glavin's going tomorrow. What are you going to do with him? He said, I'll probably get a couple off him, maybe take him out of here. He said, what are you going to do off Maddox? He said, nothing. He said, he won't let me.
No, he didn't.
He said, he won't let me. As he gets Leury. So the point is, even before the game is played, he had a sense of control.
Well, he also knew that Greg Maddux, who was one of the few guys that would pitch around people with a runner at first or a runner at first and second. He would put you on because he knew he'd get the next guy out. There's not many people in the history of this game that can do that.
Well, I play with some guys. Catfish would do that. I played with some guys that do that. But he would go around a couple of guys. Seaver went around 2 young fellas to load the bases in a 1-run ball game up in Toronto at Old Exhibition Stadium because they had 2 young outfielders coming up, and he went to 3-2 with the bases loaded to throw that change of his and struck them both out. Now that's having a sense of control.
Well, that's also for Tom Seaver, the adjustment to the aging process, because early in his career didn't need that changeup.
No, he just blew him
real
away.
hard.
Yeah. No, Tommy just blow you away when he was young. That people to this day don't understand how hard he threw. Unless you faced him. But that was Bond's mindset. He knew what was going to happen, or what had a good chance of happening. As Marcus hits this high in the left field before the game was even played. So that is 1, 2, 3, and we're into the 5th. Sox take on the Royals and enjoy Hispanic Heritage Night and post-game fireworks presented by Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. Miller Lite, official beer of your Chicago White Sox. So WhiteSox.com or 866-SOX-GAME.
Both pitchers have settled down since that first inning. With 7 runs combined scored in the first, as you see, then 3 goose eggs across the board, up and down. And Carroll is sailing right along. He's got the feeling now they didn't have in the first inning when he had a couple of pitches slip off his hand. It's a little colder today than probably he's used to of recent vintage starts, and he never got a feel for anything in that first inning. It started to come to him in the second.
So here's Schaefer. He has singled sharply into left and walked. He's got on a streak of 8 in a row retired. That should be a can of corn, Moises. 1 out. Dozier was hit by a pitch and scored, and then he fouled out to Phegley.
That was a high strike. In fact, Eric Cooper has had a high zone tonight. Outfield straight away, infield playing him as a pull hitter. Good breaking ball low and away. And Dozier in an 0-2 hole. Joe Mauer in the on-deck circle. And things have settled down considerably for Scott Carroll. It was a good hard slider out of the zone. And the count goes to 1-2. Dozier, 20 stolen bases this year, 20 home runs. There's not a whole lot of 20-20 guys around the major leagues these days. Little chopper to third. Leary pours it across. And there's 2 outs. That'll bring up Joe Mauer, who walked, scored a run in the first inning. Grounded out to end the second. He grounded out with 2 on and 2 out. Mauer 1 for 4 in the opener. And most un-Mauer-like numbers this year. That fastball right down the middle, and Joe takes it. The outfield with a huge gap in right center. So you probably don't want to throw him a lot of slow stuff. And he goes in with a slider and misses. That evens the count at 1-1.
Well, here's another guy we're talking about, who in his career has had a tremendous sense of control. .323 lifetime hitter.
3-time batting champion.
When he's thinking good, you can't get him out. He'll get himself out, but you can't get him out.
Fouls that one back.
Because when he's swinging good, he'll take that pitch right there. That pitch is hit hard into the left center field. Very hard. So 1-2 with 2 out. Been a magnificent player. Hard, high, slow, low. Curveball. Just don't want to put it between the middle of the thigh and just below the letters in that zone with this guy. Well, you found this out when you became a real good pitcher. It's harder for hitters to cover up and down than it is in and out.
Well, I felt I had to stay up with the fastball, and that I threw so many curveballs, they both came out of the same slot.
Well, you were high, hard, slow, low for the most part. He gone. He's just not Joe Mauer now. Meanwhile, halfway home, we trail it 1-1. A White Sox home game. Receive a Country Financial game card. Fans can enter to win a Chicago White Sox autograph prize pack presented by Country Financial. So, WhiteSox.com or 866-SOX game. Alexei takes that fastball high and wide. Alexei is grounded to third. And hit a little fly ball, soft fly ball in the left field. There's a shot. Just fouled. Dadgummit. That was close.
Alexei put one on the line in the first game. It raised the chalk. This time, about 6 inches to the wrong side of the line. And just a hard hit strike. You don't see many umps give you inch and a half inside, but Eric Cooper has been doing that tonight.
It's okay. He does it for everybody.
Yeah, he does it for everybody. He's been consistent.
You know what you got when you're going to come to the ballpark. And you say, okay, who are the umps tonight? You got Eric Cooper behind the plate. You know you better swing the bat.
And if you're Mark Burley, get yourself in line for a gem, because he called his no-hitter and his perfect game from behind the plate.
Yeah. But again, you know what you got, so that's okay. He's going to call the same pitches in the first inning, second inning, as he will in the 8th and the 9th. One out. 5 strikeouts now.
With the pitch count mounting, Daniel Webb throwing in the pen.
So as our Scott Carroll has settled down, Logan Darnell has settled down. All runs, if you're just joining us, coming in the first inning. 4 for them, 3 for us. So here's Abreu. He walked and scored in the first, then he's fouled out to Vargas.
Haven't seen this defense very much. They've got Dozier playing on the third base side of second. They've got the whole right side vacant. Trying to invite Jose to go that way and take away his power, but he's got big power to right center.
He's getting ready to stay in a 1-run ball game. That's a real good lineup by Gardenhire for him. Even though he still can hit it out over there, he's going to hit more the other way and straight away than he will out that way. He made a good pass at that one.
That would have gone that way.
Yeah.
That ball on the outer third, not the outside corner.
Whitey Herzog was the best at that. Late in the ball game, putting the shift on, or having 4 outfielders against very strong hitters in a close ball game. White Rat. He did not go.
'85th pitch on the way as the appeal to Vic Carapazza keeps the at bat right there at 3-1.
That ball hit high, deep. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes. Number 34. RBI number 100. For El Hombre, the man, Jose Abreu.
Well, that shift invited him to go to right center field, and go there he did. But where he went, you got nobody to catch it. That's the first home run since August 22nd. A fitting way to drive in number 100. His last home run coming against the Yankees, and his teammates really appreciate not only what he's done tonight, what he's done all year, and how he's handled it.
That last statement is huge.
Yep. He's handled it very professionally, regardless of the ups and downs.
He has done that. Ivy.
And this one, in the same spot he fouled off. Very hittable on the outer third, and a line drive to right center field.
Well, that first one he fouled off is the best swing he's had in a little
yes,
while. He put a good pass on that ball. And the last rookie that we have had was back in 1983. Drive in 100 runs. He also hit 35 home runs. And that was a big man from Gary, Ron Kittle.
In Major League history, these are the rookies who have hit at least 30 home runs, at least 30 doubles, and at least 100 runs batted in. Abreu, Pujols, Al Trosky with the Indians, and of course Ted Williams with Boston. Elite company for our first baseman.
Poof. That'll be a base hit. Well, we've been watching history all season long with Abreu. So Avi now 2 for 2 with a walk and a 3-run homer. That home run coming in the first inning.
Prior going out to the mound on instruction from the dugout, because that bullpen starts to work and he wants to buy some pitches and some time for the pen to get loose.
Viciedo, Taylor, Sierra. Scardy's taking that slow walk. He makes the call. Makes the call to the pen. So he didn't give him a whole bunch of pitches out there. Meanwhile, Darnell departs. Presley comes on, and we'll be back. Both know that giving anything less than 100% just is not good enough. That's why Camarino only offers award-winning 100% blue agave tequila. And with 6 generations of tequila excellence infused into every bottle, Camarino is always smooth and never harsh. So Camarino tequila, the official tequila of your Chicago White Sox.
It's Ryan Presley at 2-0. 3.05 ERA on for the 19th time. Pretty decent numbers. And when we faced him in Minnesota, he had pretty good stuff.
Big motion in 85. 0-1 to count. 4-4 tie. 4-4-1 for them. 4-7-0 for us.
Presley was an all-state football player in Texas. When you're all-state in Texas in football, you can really play.
Tell you another state, if you're all state in football, you can really play, and that's Illinois.
Illinois, Florida,
and also basketball normally.
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, California got them edged in baseball because simply they play more games. Not so much in football and basketball.
Very close at first, and Avi was leaning the wrong way. Good quick move in a perfect spot on the throw from Presley. Watch Garcia. He was very fortunate to get back as that tag to the body as the hand got in.
One and two. Oh, he got a cookie there and missed it.
That one, a rolling breaking ball up pretty much in the middle of the plate. This one doesn't do much. Presley's fortunate to get away with that.
That ball hit deep. But right at the edge of the track, he just missed it. Parmalee goes back to make the play for out number 2. There's Michael Taylor. He's 2 for 2. Like to see this big man unload on one.
Well, I'm sure he mentioned to Presley that both of his base hits have been through the right side.
There he goes. Oh, big rip and missed underneath it. Ivy coming off labrum surgery. I wish he wouldn't be diving back into first base.
He's made a decision since coming back that he's going to test out what kind of base stealer he is, because he swiped a couple of bases. He's been much more aggressive since coming back off the DL than he was any time before he went on the DL. He can steal some bases. He's got some speed.
There he goes. And he's going to steal that one.
Well,
Fryer could not find the ears.
A double clutch and then a triple clutch, and eventually couldn't get the throw off. He's got him if he just comes up clean and gets a throw off. This one not a great jump, but ball's in the dirt, and then couldn't corral it.
That fastball at 94 up high. Just getting home, tuning in. Sox won the opener 5-1 behind Quintana, who had a career high 13 strikeouts, 7 innings of work. Three and one to count. And it's full. He did not go. So the walk. And here comes Moises. Sierra is grounded to third and struck out. Chopper up the middle, over to first, and it'll retire the side. But the home run by Abreu, his 34th and his 100th RBI. We are tied at 4.
53, on for the 52nd time. He inherits a tie ball game, so the game is, at this point, he is to win or lose. And Scott Carroll, after a rough start, 4 runs in the first, wound up retiring the last 11 he faced, making it a pretty good outing in what looked like an outing where he would exit very early. But he went 5, gave up the 4 runs on 4 hits.
Did not give up a hit after 1 out in the second inning. A double by Fryer. Well, he's got a grinder's mentality anyway.
This turned out to be a pretty good outing in what looked like a disastrous outing.
It turned out to be a terrific bounce back.
He gets a no decision in what looked like very possibly a loss. Apparently he tore a fingernail on his pitching hand and didn't seem to affect him while he was out there, but necessitated a change, and that change, hard throwing, Daniel Webb.
Here's Vargas. That fastball at 96 for a strike. Plouffe on deck. Arcia in the hole. Change up. No. 1-1 to count. Vargas is fouled out to third and popped up to right. Left-handed. Hitting left-handed reminds me a little bit of David Ortiz.
It's really funny because he's kind of the same type of player that Ortiz was. They didn't like that kind of player in those days because artificial surface in the dome.
Well, they'd like to have it back all these years.
I hope so, yes.
That's one thing, and that's one of the big amazements to me in the last 20 years is when I read that they had designated him for assignment. I could not believe it because he just absolutely killed us in that metric. Right-handed, left-handed, didn't make any difference. In fact, there was a story out. Mike Leary, our producer for Comcast Sportsnet, was telling me today there was a story out to Yastrzemski. They did an interview with him, and they asked him about Ortiz. He gone. Big strikeout, 1 down. And Yaz very candidly, evidently, Mike's going to send me the story, said that he would rank David Ortiz the 2nd greatest hitter in Red Sox history.
That's pretty high praise.
Coming from Yaz?
Coming from a man that won the Triple Crown.
He said, I would rank him above me. He said because he had more power than I did, which he didn't. Yaz could hit it as far as Ortiz. That little guy, 178 pounds, could hit it as far as almost anybody. Maybe not Mantle and those guys. But anyway, he ranked him Ted Williams first and David Ortiz second in the history of the Red Sox. Plouffe fouls it down. John Walken, our producer, Gina, said that was in the Boston Globe. Story by Dan Shaughnessy, who's been a long-time writer, columnist for the Boston Globe.
I knew Dan very well because he came out of Baltimore. That's one of his first jobs. Did a good job of it. And then I think he was from the Boston area, got a chance to return to his home. He's been a mainstay there for many, many years.
And that's foul back. Count hangs at 1-2. Well, having played for Boston, having followed them for an awful long time, I would rank Ted Williams first, Yastrzemski second, Ortiz third. Uh-oh. It is 5-4.
It looked like a slider. Second run batted in. 13th of the year. Poof shows you a little of that power that he has, but hasn't shown it a whole lot this year.
Well, like I said, if you only knew how good he could be.
He's got 75 driven in. Now that was probably a straight change, but the off-speed pitch sped up the bat. Trevor Plouffe, and he hit it way out.
Garcia with a 3-run homer in the first inning. He's 1 for 2. 5-5-1 for them. 4-7-0 for us. That breaking ball down and in. He's not going to do anything with that one. 20,106. 57 degrees as we speak. Sox bomber hat. He did not go. That fastball at 97.
That looked like it hurt the left thumb of Garcia.
Schiff's going to get him again.
How tough is it if you've got a bone bruise right at the base of the thumb on your top hand, not the bottom hand?
Yeah, it's just what your pain tolerance is, because it's going to hurt.
Is it tougher on the top hand than the bottom hand?
I think it's tougher on the top hand. Base of the thumb right there where you hold the bat.
Yeah, it looked like that was plaguing him after that foul off to the left side.
Yeah. This is like anything else. Some guys can play with it and other guys can't. You take Paulie, our Canerco. I'm telling you, he played through some hand injuries that absolutely very painful for parts of the last 5 or 6 years, especially parts of the last of the 3 years. That's foul, but he played through them. The big hurt, Frank Thomas, played in pain many games. Never said anything about it to anybody. Other guys, they get a little bone bruise and they're going to DL.
See a little of that, yes.
Yeah. High pop up, come back. Nope. So the count hangs at 0-2. Josh with the block. Nunez twice has gone out to third. Finale tomorrow. This homestand. Hector Noesi against Trevor May. And balls hit into the gap. So he's going to go for 3, and he's going to make it. Look at the throw by Sierra. I love to watch that man throw. Man.
Nunez thinking 3 bases the whole way. He came out of the box expecting a triple. That fastball on the outer third. Time now for our Xfinity speed. Nunez really pouring it on. The play's right in front of him. He realizes that he's probably going to be able to beat this throw. And he does that. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
So here's Parmalee. He's going out to center and struck out, called out on a fastball. Watch this throw from Moises Sierra, dead out there in center field against the wall. That is a gun, my friends. A gun. That's into right field. We got a man there. And that'll retire the side, but the home run by Trevor Plouffe, picking up his 75th RBI. We trail it by 4.
Setting provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only Spanish language sports radio station.
It's the bottom of the 6th inning. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Twins. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for our Sox. For our guys, it'll be Fegley, Garcia, then back to the top of the order with Marcus Semien.
Can't beat the nachos, especially in a helmet.
I love nachos. There's a shot. That's a hang Wolfham. That ball was scalded by Josh. He is now 0 for 3. You know, I was thinking in between innings there, after that throw by Sierra. Just think about it a minute, Steve. Mark Whitten had a good arm.
Yes.
He could throw. Dwight Evans, of course, had a terrific arm. Clemente had a terrific arm. I don't think we've seen an arm, at least I haven't. Maybe you have. I don't think I've seen an arm better than Sierra's. And I played with Colavito, who had a great arm. I don't think I've seen a better arm than Moises Sierra. Let's take another look at this throw. All the way from the warning track out there in Jimmy John territory. That is a throw. There's the bunt. Plouffe got to hurry. He does. Makes a terrific play. Bare hands it. Made that like Robin Ventura.
He was coming in when he saw Leury shorten up, and knowing the speed that Garcia has, he got it there in plenty of time.
I played against Clemente, and he threw me out at third base one day. And I couldn't believe he did it. He had such a tremendous arm, but I just don't think his was any stronger than Moises. It was the strongest arm that you can recall.
There was one guy that people will not remember from yesteryear with the Giants.
Yeah, I know you.
His name was Ollie Brown.
Yeah, Ollie could throw.
And he could really throw. And the Hall of Famer Andre Dawson could throw. Ellis Valentine.
Ellis had a good arm. Ichiro had a great arm, and he was very accurate, but his arm was not stronger than.
No, but I think, well, that's the key at this point.
Yeah.
Moises, if he can get the accuracy to go with that strength of arm, now you've really got something that's going to be special. Because he overpowers the baseball. He can get it there in a hurry. A lot of the throws are off the mark at this point. But he's still young.
25.
Yep.
Oh, he got a pretty good pitch to hit right there and fouls it off. Yeah, it's hard to say. When you're talking about guys in that category, they're very all comparable. Two balls, two strikes. Marcus started off that 3-run first with a double. And there's another single. So J.J. Shearer's pick to click. 2 for 4. More importantly, we've got a base runner, and he's 3 for 3 in stolen bases. Hello. Is our mic on? Yeah. Didn't sound like it, but we are as Alexi is at the plate. First pitch, a little soft ground ball. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 7th, trailing by 1. Fryer. Then back to the top of the order with Schaefer and Dozier, the scheduled hitters. Eric 1 for 2, a double in the second inning in the right center field. Well, we left out one guy there that was in that group. Bo Jackson.
Well, you saw Bo much more than I did. I mean, we obviously heard about the great arm.
I saw him make some throws. I mean, you had like that throw like there. You know, it's again in that category. It's tough to figure out. Dodgers used to have a couple of guys who had great arms. I didn't play against them, but I saw them play and I heard about them. Carl Frillo and George Shotgun Shuba. 2-1 to count. If you're just tuning in, they scored 4 in the first. We came back with 3 in the first. Then after that double by Fryer in the second inning, Scott Carroll retired the next 11 and the last 11 that he saw before having to exit with a torn fingernail. And last inning, the home run by Trevor Plouffe put him on top by 1, and there's a strike.
Schaefer in the on deck circle.
He gone. That one at 95.
And here comes Robin. He wanted Webb for the first out of the inning. He got it. And now he goes to the pen. So Daniel Webb's night is done. And as he walks out, we'll step out and be back after these messages. Time. And he's got lefty, righty, lefty in the order with Schaefer, Dozier, and Mauer. But one out here in the top of the 7th. The Sox trail by a run. Kind of surprised that Schaefer has not tried to bunt yet. He's very good at it. And he got a left-hander on the mound.
Well, he might now with the left-hander out there. He's 1 for 2, a single to lead off the ball game, a walk, and a fly out to center. Hit that ball to center pretty well. That didn't take long. 2 down. Surkamp has really pitched well lately.
He's come on. I mean,
Yes,
it was some tough sledding early, and that ERA was way up there. But last 10 appearances.
Well, early on, it was 2-0-3-1, and then sometimes ball 4.
He's gotten a lot more confidence, and with it, a lot more pitches in the zone and much more success.
First pitch strike. Dozier 0 for 2 with a run scored. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Three and one. Mauer on deck. I pop back, and that's going to be a souvenir. Young lady bailed out at the perfect time. And the payoff pitch. He gone. 7th inning stretch. We need one to tie.
Burton at 2-5. His ERA 4.63. Been a busy man out for the 63rd time. Been called on to save 2 games. He's done it both times. And he inherits a 1-run lead at 5-4 heading into the bottom of the 7th.
So a good job by Presley, Ryan Presley. Every time we've seen that right-hander, he's had some pretty good stuff.
Good stuff in Minneapolis and good stuff again tonight.
So Abreu, obviously Gil Garcia, and Tank. Abreu has walked, scored. That was in the first inning. Fouled out to first, leading off the 3rd. Then he homered in the 5th to tie the ball game at 4. That was home run number 34, RBI number 100. Takes first pitch strike.
They radically shifted on him, trying to take away the power of the opposite field. Well, he went to the opposite field, and no shift is going to be able to hold that one.
And you got a scoop.
And those guys are as happy for Jose as he is for himself. It was a long time coming, both the home run and he was stuck on 99 for a long time.
Yeah, August 22nd, last time. So Burton, an accomplished guitarist. Outfield slightly to the right. Big gap out there in left center. And there's a base hit to start things off.
So Jose, who had a couple of hits in the first game, gets one up out over the plate and has a couple of hits in this one. Avi with a perfect night so far. 3-run homer came in the first inning on a straight change.
Checks it up on a breaking ball. Beat pitch right there from Burton, especially on the first pitch strike. Top of the 9th in Kansas City. Royals leading Boston 7-1. Cleveland leading Detroit 4-3. Bottom of the 8th at Comerica Park. That fastball foul back, and the count very quickly 0-2. Angels trying to win their 10th in a row as they lead Houston 1-0. Top of the 3rd out of the Big A. Dodgers 8, Giants 0. That's in the bottom of the 2nd inning at AT&T.
Well, after the pacing last night that the Giants put on the Dodgers, they came out with fire in their eyes tonight.
Yeah, the rocket. Did that get the glove on the Jared Burton? It looked like it just tipped his glove right to Dozier. Yeah. That's Hang Wolf. May have scooted through there as hard as that ball was hit. So 1 out. And here's Tank. Outfield, they are deep and spread out. Chops that one foul. Seattle leading Oakland 1-0. Bottom of the third. That's Safeco.
King Felix going in that one. Pitching for the playoffs and the Cy Young Award.
And Sonny Gray on the bump for the A's. Talking to former All-Star catcher and now terrific announcer for Oakland, Ray Fosse. He said, don't worry about Sonny Gray. He's got the stones for it. That's low and away.
Not the biggest guy around, but good arm, good mound presence.
Terrific mound presence. Terrific. And that's chop foul. So the count evens at 2. Yeah, that young man is. Oakland has had some of the better smaller pitchers in the last 10 or 15 years.
Tim Hudson is not a giant.
No,
he was
boy,
very good.
He's one of my favorites. I love watching that guy pitch. Watch out. That got it pretty good for Tank to be. Tank is a tough man.
Looks like you got him twice. Got him in the chest and hand.
So here's Michael Taylor. He is 2 for 2 with a walk. Now time is called. 1 out, 2 on. We trail at 5-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. If you're just tuning in, we won game 1 5-1 behind Jose Quintana. 7 innings and his 13 strikeouts. Michael takes ball 1. Took that pitch nicely. And he flips that one right side, souvenir.
He went down, tried to get a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, just able to foul it off.
Got a pretty good pitch to hit right there. Fouled it back. Made a good pitch. Ate him up inside. Fouls it over into the Twinkie dugout.
This ball is way in off the plate. But he's able to fight it off and stay alive.
And that is popped up right side. Infield fly rule is, so Michael is out. 2 down.
Looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter.
Gillespie.
Gillespie for Sierra. Connor hitting .292. Has not had a lot of opportunity to pinch hit. However, when he has, he's 3 for 6 with a home run and 3 driven in. Matt Lindstrom throwing into pen. And this was one of the things that Rick Hahn envisioned for Connor Gillespie when he acquired him. Come off the bench, short swing. Felt he'd be a quality pinch hitter.
Pulled the string on that one, had him out front off balance. Well, that's the ideal thought process, to have a left-handed hitter who's short and quick and can cover a fastball, which he can do. Because in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning in a close ball game, 95% of those guys are going to be bringing it up there 95 and above.
Well, when Rick brought him over that first spring, he felt he could be the occasional DH against some of the tougher right-handers. He could come off the bench late, and he would make consistent contact because of the short swing. Never envisioned that he would be forced to play every day for a number of different reasons.
Broken bat, and that's foul. So that advantage goes to Burton at 1 and 2. Detroit has taken a 5-4 lead over Cleveland, bottom of the 8th inning.
Alex Avila, a 2-run homer off Shaw. Ryan Shaw came in, and Avila, who is not having a good year, is having a good night.
Victor Martinez also is homer there, number 31. So the 1-2 pitch. Tried to ace him on the outside corner and just missed. There's a base hit. Here comes Jose, and this game is tied at 5.
The second broken bat of the at-bat, and Connor Gillespie now 4 for 7 with 4 runs driven in as a pinch hitter this year. As he takes this one low and away off the plate, just over Nunez's outstretched glove, and it's a brand new ball game. He was pretty close to that.
Don't stop now, boys. So Abreu tonight, 2 for 3, 3 runs scored. Josh 0 for 3 last time up. He hit a rocket right to Trevor Plouffe's left, who made the catch on it. And very quickly, the count 0-2. 5-6-1 for them. 5-10-0 for us. Josh made the midseason and postseason All-Star teams in the International League. Got him, but we tie it up. We'll go to the 8th, 5-5.
Garcia for them, Garcia for us. Then Abreu, his solo home run in the 5th, his 100th run driven in. Brand new ball game tied at 5, and start something special with great leases and low financing on a new Honda. Visit shophonda.com or your local Honda dealer. Leury Garcia will move to center field, and Connor Gillespie will stay in the game at third.
Here's Mauer. Mauer 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Vargas on deck, and you certainly want him hitting right-handed. So Eric probably for the first 2 guys, and then Plouffe in the hole. He was 2 for 3 tonight with a homer and 2 RBIs. One and one to count to the 31-year-old Joe Mauer. He got a hanger right there and just absolutely missed it.
He was probably expecting it to break. It just came spinning over the inside corner.
You know, that happens.
Yeah, I know. Josh Phegley wanted it low and away. Surkamp wanted it low and away. It hung right on the inside corner up.
He gone.
I think Joe's not particularly happy with that call. But every call makes somebody happy. And Surkamp is very happy with it.
So here's Vargas. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Fouled out to third, popped up to right, and struck out. Fouls that one back.
Good pitch inside. Vargas, a very aggressive hitter from both sides of the plate. Doesn't have a real good conception of the strike zone just yet. So he expanded that zone and fouled it off as Casey Fien loosening in the Twins pen. So action in both bullpens. Vargas, who's been held down tonight, looks at a breaking ball over the outside corner. And the count goes to 0-2. Outfield very deep. Playing a shade to pull. There was a mistake. That ball was down the middle, a bit up, and Vargas fouled it straight back. At 0-2, you probably want this one face high. And Eric got away with that. Well, Vargas certainly wasn't going to hit that. And as it turned out, Fegley was not going to catch it as that ball bounced well in front of the plate. Trevor Plouffe in the on-deck circle. His home run with one out in the sixth put the Twins ahead for the moment. He got him on a slow breaking ball. So 2 up, 2 down, both strikeouts here in the eighth. Took a little something off. Had a very aggressive Kenneth Vargas well out in front. And that'll bring up Trevor Plouffe. 2 for 3 tonight. Singled in a run in the first inning. Solo home run in the sixth. And the outfield in a no double set. They are very deep all the way around and pretty much straight away. Good straight change for a strike. That looked like a change from Daniel Webb. Home run number 13, RBI number 75 for Plouffe. Infield playing him as a pull hitter. And the count evens at 1-1. Tries to go up and get a high fastball out of the zone. And it's 1-2.
Well, with 2 out, nobody on, and a tie ball game, top of the 8th inning.
He's just looking to hit it out of the ballpark.
That's the only thought on his mind right now. Especially up against the left-hander.
That one missing down. As Waldo Arcia in the on-deck circle, his 3-run homer in the first inning accounted for 3 of the 4 scored by the Twins early against Scott Carroll. He righted the ship, retiring 11 in a row before departing with a torn fingernail. Then Webb and now Surkamp. He got him on a straight change. So 3 straight strikeouts, and it's on to the bottom of the 8th in a 5-5 game. Score 5-5. His ERA 3.79, up for the 69th time. He does have a save this year. Very good control. Just 10 walks, 48 strikeouts, and 59 1/3. There you look at the numbers. They're pretty good. And the ball game is squarely in his hands, as Leury is going to lead it off.
Leury 0 for 3 tonight. Last time up, Trevor Plouffe made a good play to get him. So the corner's in close. Outfield spread out slightly to the left. Marcus Semien on deck and Alexei in the hole. A 5-5 tie. 5-6-1 for them. 5-10-0 for us. Oh, 0-2 the count. The Tigers have defeated Cleveland 5-4. Chamberlain, the winner. Shaw, the loser. Nathan picked up his 31st save. Looked like Nathan's starting to get on track a little bit.
Probably at the right time for the Tigers.
Well, it is. There's no question. If he gets on track and he can save is that's out of play.
Kansas City won their ball game, and then the Tigers, losing late, came back, and that's what it looks like. Tied in the loss column at 66. With Cleveland now 5.5 games back. And the Tribe running out of time.
Yeah, that was a big hurt for them tonight.
Yes.
Got him at 95, and that's out number 1. And join the White Sox Kids Club, presented by the University of Chicago Medicine Comer Children's Hospital, where teaming up to promote a healthy lifestyle and combat childhood obesity. Members will receive free White Sox tickets and cool exclusive kids club items. So visit whitesox.com/kids to join that club.
Marcus doesn't have much of a batting average this year. He's got 2 hits tonight, but he's had a flair for the dramatic.
All over that one. Made a good swing, pops it up, right side. 2 down. So here's Alexei. He's due. He's 0 for 4. Alexei in game 1 hit a 2-run homer. Put us on top 2-0. That was in the 3rd inning. That was just a bullet out of here. He also doubled and scored. Takes a strike. And the count 1-1. There's a shot right to it and a hang with him. Meanwhile, a 1-2-3 inning. We are into the 9th. Tied at 5. The left-hander, right-hander, and left-hander to face Eric Surkamp, who's retired all 5 he has seen, last 4 with strikeouts.
Most likely, this will be his last hitter.
Takes a breaking ball strike.
Bullpen up and going. Surkamp has done just a great job. This might be his best in a Sox uniform.
Garcia 1 for 3, a 3-run homer in the 1st inning.
Jake Petrichka loosening in the pen.
There's a little flare into center field. Can't get there. A little duck snort. And the leadoff man aboard. And here comes Robin. Nunez, the scheduled hitter. So Aaron Hicks is going out to run for Garcia. And a good job by Eric Surkamp. A good job. He departs, and we'll be back.
And Schaefer hit one right back to him. That was on the first pitch. And then 4 straight strikeouts. Dozier, Mauer, Vargas, and Plouffe. Before the base hit by Arcia, representing the go-ahead run. And Jake Petrichka comes into this. 0-4, but the ERA a fine 2.65, on for the 61st time. 13 of 16 in save situations. And this is not one of those.
Here's Nunez. He has tripled and he has grounded twice to third base. So let's see if he's going to be bunting him over. Aaron Hicks. Runner at first.
Nunez has a couple of sacrifices this year.
He handles the bat pretty well. That'll get the job done. Sacrifice. 1-3. They'll bring up Parmalee. We want to hear from you. Visit WhiteSox.com/TV survey during tonight's game and provide us your feedback for 2 tickets to a select White Sox home game and a chance to win a signed Paul Konerko jersey and other memorabilia. So visit WhiteSox.com/TV survey now. Parmalee the hitter, Fryer on deck. First pitch strike, that one at 94. Parmalee 0 for 3. He's going out to center. He's struck out. And he is lined out to right. That ball high and deep into left center field. Leury, watch out. And the ball is dropped. So now we're going to have a play as Parmalee running with his head down. Just go ahead and put it on him now. 2 out. Yes.
Well, that is one terrible base running play, as Parmalee was so excited about the ball falling that he never Took a look at Hicks. And Ron Gardner can't believe it. I don't think he can believe that Hicks didn't score from second base on this one. Now Parmalee believes that Hicks has scored easily. And so he's looking at the baseball, but not at third. And he's the most surprised guy in the ballpark. And I have no idea what happened to Hicks. He takes his eye off the ball. He could have scored walking home.
So a huge break. Huge.
Kurt Suzuki comes on to pinch hit.
For Fryer. And here comes Coop. A two-way break for us right there. Well, I got a feeling that that's not the first time this year that Gardy's seen something like that.
Nope. Very frustrating year for a whole lot of folks, certainly the Twins and Ron Gardner specifically.
Suzuki.
Joe Favre was a third base coach. Had some hip problems. Scott Olger has taken his place at third.
So Suzuki 1 for 2 in game 1 with a walk and a run scored. And he takes first pitch strike. Good contact man. Fryer was 1 for 3 with a double. Jordan Schaefer on deck.
Garcia shallow in center field.
And that's fair. Suzuki once again doing it to us. It's really unbelievable. The hits he comes up against us, the big hits he comes up with against us, and they lead us 6-5. Man. So we get a break and we cannot take advantage of it.
That was a straight change, and Suzuki, who is a contact hitter, waits back and takes it down the line. He came forward with his foot. He kept his hands back. The only way you can hit a good straight change. Driven in 12 runs in the 14 games he's played against our ball club. Hitting well over 400.
429, as a matter of fact.
Pretty amazing.
12 RBIs. It's crazy.
And Gardy, I don't think that's a real friendly conversation, but instructive certainly.
I'll tell you, I love Ron Gardner as a manager. Boy, he has done a great job and is a great manager. There's no question. He's put himself in that category. He's one of the best.
He and Terry Ryan, his GM, make a very good team.
They're a great tandem.
There's a lot of heat on them in Minnesota.
Well, it shouldn't be on them.
I know.
It should be on the owners. That's what it should be on.
Yeah.
They got to spend some money. You're not going to compete in this division, in this league, unless you spend some money. Schaefer out of play left side. Six, 9-1 for them. 5-10-0 for us. But Kurt Suzuki once again weaving his magic. A pinch hit double. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth, trailing 6-5. Star Spangled Banner be a part of the celebration by using hashtag 200 years.
Twins closer comes in the ball game. He's got a 1-run lead to protect and 3 outs to get, and it's Glenn Perkins. He's 3-2. He's been awfully tough. The ERA 2.88 on for the 61st time. 33 of 38 in save opportunities. Doesn't walk anybody. Throws hard. And Kurt Suzuki, whose big hit put the Twins on top for the moment, stays in the game behind the plate.
And here's Abreu. He's 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. He also has homered. Perkins about a foot quicker with that fastball coming out of the bullpen than it was when he was a starter.
He was an okay starter. He's been an excellent closer.
We got the right guys. That fastball at 95. Avi on deck.
Aaron Hicks stays in the game in right field.
That leadoff duck snort by Arcia comes around the score. Good rip. And the count 2-2. He's had 2 real good pitches to hit.
They've been right down the middle. Mistakes by Perkins. And now they're calling time. Think a baseball has gotten loose.
Danny Santana in center. Schaefer moves over to left. Parmalee is at first. Another good hack. Overall tonight, some of the best swings he had lately, as far as free and easy, that effortless motion of his.
Tonight he looked like he had regained a second wind.
Yeah, exactly. That change up, a little bit out in front.
They're pitching him all over, but mostly trying to keep it in on his hands.
Foul tipped.
Just able to stay alive on a ball low and in, as Perkins went to the slider, tried to bury it back foot. Jose able to stay alive.
Hit hard but foul.
Same exact spot as the pitch before, bringing Suzuki out to talk with Perkins. This is going to be a 10-pitch at bat at the very least, because number 10 is on the way.
Jose was 2 for 3 in the first game with a couple of doubles. Good pitch right there. He just fought it off.
Well, Perkins is battling on the inside part of the plate. Jose is spoiling pitch after pitch after pitch. He's trying to bury that ball right in on his hands.
Full count. Jose, of course, and his countryman. S.L. Puig, only two players in history to win Player of the Month honors in their first month in the major leagues. Payoff pitch. High, right side. Get out of here, Will. 3 rows back.
That's the first time in the 13th pitch of the at-bat that he went even close to the outside corner. This is one of those really classic at-bats. You're a run down. Your premier run producer and home run hitter is battling their closer. And it's taken at least 14 pitches to get a resolution.
And there's the base on balls. What an at-bat.
And we're going to see a pinch runner as Jose will touch the bag and depart for Jordan Danks, representing the tying run. One of the great at-bats of the year you witnessed right there.
You can't have a great at-bat unless you got two really good people. Perkins is good, and Abreu, of course, is awesome.
He fouled off some amazing pitches in off the plate.
Yes, great
Perkins
job by Perkins.
Buried it time and time again in there.
So here's Avi, a 3-run homer in the first inning, a walk in the third, a single, and a stolen base in the fifth. So he's 2 for 3. Yeah, that was.
That's only the 11th walk issued by Perkins all year.
Uh-oh. And Jordan going in.
He went in hard, but
they weren't going to turn.
No, Dozier could not get the handle right away. It was a slowly hit ball. Avi runs real well. And Jordan, just to make sure, went in hard at second base. So we'll keep an eye on Jordan. He realizes that you got to get a piece of the pivot man. You can't let him turn two, and Dozier never got off the throw.
So here's Tank. Tank has singled, struck out, and he just missed one to left field in the 5th inning. Then he was hit by a pitch in the 7th.
Avi's got a stolen base. That coming in the 5th inning.
Got a pretty good pitch hit right there. Perkins, one thing about him, he comes in there right at you. He's not trying to trick you.
Viciedo is battered Perkins. 5 for 11 lifetime. You got Trevor Plouffe deep at third, guarding the line, as you would expect. Dozier is pretty close to second base.
One and two the count. There he goes. And that pitch is fouled over into our dugout.
Tank couldn't lay off, but that ball was down and in. I don't think Suzuki could have gotten it, corralled it, and made the throw and gotten him at second base. But it's a moot point as the count holds at 1-2.
Checks it up on that high fastball.
Well, Perkins in this at bat has gone in, out, up, and down. And Viciedo battling. 6th pitch, and the Xfinity pitch tracks will show you that he's trying everything. That was higher than the last one.
Good eye. When you're in a swing mode like he's in, that's pretty good take.
And it forces the 8th pitch of the at bat.
This will be the 24th pitch he's thrown. There he goes. That ball hit deep. Way back. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. He is. A 2-run shot by Diamondbacks. And the Sox win it 7-6.
Perkins gave up just his 5th home run of the year, blows his 6th save of the year, and 2 battling at bats. One by Abreu, one by Viciedo. They both won the battle, and the Sox won the game.
Oh, Lordy. Man.
This is a no-doubter. It's up in the zone. It's a fastball. And as soon as that one left the bat, no feeling in the hands of Viciedo on that. Just a great feeling of exhilaration as the doubleheader is